This video is brought to you by that leaf that you always step on because it makes a cool crunch sound. Don't worry. We all do it. You know, I have thought about this for a long time and I never really understood why GLaDOS let Chell win their fight at the end of the first Portal game. Because that must have been what happened. GLaDOS is an AI, an artificial intelligence, able to slaughter multiple of the smartest people on Earth, not including those at Black Mesa, and their daughters, with very few escapees. Chell, on the other hand, is a human. Just a regular human. And although the Portal comic lab rat retcons it by saying that she is abnormally stubborn, there must be more to the story. There is no way Chell came out of that conference alive unless GLaDOS wanted it that way, and I know why. But first I'll get you up to speed. Portal is a 2-game series where you play as a woman named Chell, trapped in a science facility and forced to work your way through a series of test chambers using a handheld portal device and a whole lot of moon paint. Along the way, you pick up clues to where you are, why you are there and who that mysterious voice is giving you instructions. That is GLaDOS. A giant AI mixed with a woman's human consciousness. And that is the premise of Portal. From here on out, there will be spoilers for both games. So, if you haven't played them yet and intend to, which I really do suggest you do, stop. Stop the video. Put it on your watchlist or something and come back when you have experienced the masterpiece that is the Portal series. Oh, yes. So, the final confrontation with GLaDOS. It is rather underwhelming. The idea of entering that room and battling your captor for your freedom in one last epic standoff is a great one. But not this. The astounding simplicity of this task immediately set off warning signals in my head. I knew there had to be something there. Firstly, let's talk about the morality cores. When you first walk into the chamber and the purple morality core falls off her and the only thing you can do is dump it into an incinerator. GLaDOS says this.
Good news. I figured out what that thing you just incinerated did. It was a morality core they installed after I flooded the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin to make me stop flooding the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin.
But this is not true. You see, the incident she is talking about is the first annual Aperture Science Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. The day on which GLaDOS was first turned on as one of the exhibits. Also, the day when she flooded the entire enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin. And that part of her statement was true. But, when Portal 2 was released, a side story comic was published alongside it, detailing what happened before the events of both Portal 1 and 2 and starring the mystery mural man Doug Ratman. In this comic, it shows this morality core being installed by Doug and a colleague called Henry, but this is before the enrichment center was gassed. On that day, the reason they turned her on after so many failed attempts was because of the morality core. They were so confident it would work, yet it didn't prevent anything. The morality core didn't and doesn't work. Because as Doug Ratman says, you can always ignore your conscience. So, if the morality core is useless for its purpose, why does GLaDOS wait until it has been destroyed to start flooding the chamber with neurotoxin? And actually, now I come to think about it, does no one think that it is pretty coincidental that the core just so happens to fall off and present itself to Chell as soon as she gets there? And if you only stop to think about it, it is blatantly obvious that GLaDOS wants Chell to win. She not only more or less straight up tells you how to defeat her but also give you the means and the time to do it with. Take any one of these things out of the equation and Chell would be toast. Remove the turret and you won't be able to knock down the other cores. Remove the incinerator and there would be no way to destroy the cores. Remove the moon paint walls and you couldn't place a portal down. Remove the 6 minutes of neurotoxin free air and you'd be choking in seconds. GLaDOS could have easily stomped on Chell and ground her body into the test chamber floor. But she doesn't. And there's a reason for it. It is not because GLaDOS has some plan for Chell later on down the line. Nor did she somehow predict the events of Portal 2 waking her back up afterwards. But, she simply wanted Chell to survive. Why? Because GLaDOS is Chell's mother. Now, I know this sounds preposterous, and I can practically hear you saying, But if GLaDOS was Chell's mother, why would she try to kill Chell on multiple occasions with fire and gas and weird slime? Well, I am glad you asked that person. That sounds just like me. You see, GLaDOS isn't one person, but two. In Portal 2, we find out that she was originally being made to house the CEO of Aperture Science, Cave Johnson's consciousness after he had died. But when he died before the project was finished due to moonrock poisoning, he ordered his personal assistant, Caroline, to be put in GLaDOS instead. This is a woman I believe to be Chell's mother. Here's the evidence. We know that Chell was the daughter of an Aperture Science employee, as her name can be read on one of the displays seen at the rundown Bring Your Daughter to Work Day presentation. That narrows down the search. But we can go further. Did you know Caroline is an Italian name meaning strong? An attribute she must have had to have when they were shoving her mind into that computer. And Chell, whilst not being a common name you'd see on a birth certificate, could definitely be a nickname. A shortening for Marcella, an Italian name meaning strong. You know what isn't an Italian name meaning strong? Doug, or Cave, or Henry. That is because this is deliberate. Caroline and Chell are related. But I can hear that one cynic out there, still not believing me. Well, guess what? If you remember, after the hectic moon scene at the end of Portal 2, GLaDOS says her piece and sends Chell off, but not before deleting Caroline from her memory. But, as Chell takes the lift back to the surface, it stops, and the doors open to reveal 4 turrets. Their lasers focus on Chell and they sing. They sing a send-off song. Cara mia Dio. The song is Italian but can be translated into English to say, goodbye my dear. The song constantly refers to Chell with motherly words like my child or my baby or my little girl, and even, at one point, name drops Chell and begs her to leave. And I quote, why don't you go away? Yes, away from science. And this is the final nail in the coffin. These are the last words of a mother who has completed her goal and is sending her child off to the outside world. And just like that, her purpose has been fulfilled, and she has been deleted. All GLaDOS wanted was for Chell to leave, and now she has succeeded. But, I don't know. Do you agree with me? Tell me your thoughts. Good or bad. You may have thought that this theory was a bit of a stretch, but, you know, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll end up among the stars.